Who doesn't dream of living a comfortable life? Perhaps no one, right? But how could we attain this? How much money should we earn to live comfortably and luxuriously? In the book The 4-Hour Workweek by Tim Ferriss, he introduces us to the new rich, individuals who define being rich in an entirely different way. For the new rich, money is not their currency, but rather time and mobility. They realize that one does not need to become a millionaire to live like a millionaire, and that we do not necessarily have to spend most of our adult lives working hard in a 9-to-5 job that could not give us the luxury of time and mobility. Here he guides us on how to be part of the new rich, following a 4-step process which he calls DEAL: definition, elimination, automation, and liberation. Here are the 7 lessons from the book The 4-Hour Workweek. Lesson 1. Redefine rich. Different types of people may have varied ideas on what it means to be rich, and what are the ways to attain it. Tim Ferriss identifies the so-called deferrers, who tend to spend most of their time blindly chasing money. They're the type of individuals who would work so hard just so they could save money and enjoy it once they retire. However, the new rich do not view money that way. They count the practical value of money by how many W's we could control in our lives, what we do, when we do it, where we do it, and with whom we do it with. Thus, even though we have a lesser annual income compared with that of our friend, but if we have more control over the 4 W's, then we're actually richer than our friend. Lesson 2. Imagine the worst-case scenario. Following the footsteps of the new rich requires us to take a drastic shift from our old ways of thinking and behaving. Although we may want to try a different route, we're usually overwhelmed by the fear and the uncertainty. Thus, whenever we're crippled by fear, Tim Ferriss suggests that we imagine the worst-case scenario. By doing so, we would be able to visualize what could happen, weigh the possible consequences of our decisions, and make the necessary preparations. Should we venture in this business? If so, what might be the worst that could happen? What can I do about it? These are just some of the questions we could ask ourselves whenever we hesitate in making a decision. Lesson 3. Strive to be productive. Being productive is different from being busy. We could be doing a lot of things in a day, but end up not getting anything done. This tells us that we've been busy but not necessarily productive. To be part of the new rich, we need to be selective in what we do, eliminating unimportant tasks so that we could have time to do the things we need to do, and also time for the things that we want to do. Lesson 4. Remember the 80-20 rule. In order to guide us on how to be productive, Tim Ferriss suggests that we stick to the 80-20 rule. This means that we strive to spend our time on the 20% of things that could get us 80% of the results. Unknowingly, some of us may do otherwise. We spend most of our time on things that could only get us 20% of the results. Thus, the key here is to make sure that we do few things, but which could lead to bigger progress. Lesson 5. Automate and delegate. We do not necessarily have to do all the things by ourselves. Again, we should strive to do less but achieve more. Thus, if we could delegate the tasks to others without compromising on the quality and the expected outcomes, then the better it would be for us. For instance, we could hire a virtual assistant to do routinary tasks for us. This may be an added cost, but if doing so could give us more time to do other things, then we would not mind the cost at all. Lesson 6. Plan for many retirements. The usual path that most workers take is to spend 30 to 40 years working and afterwards retire and enjoy the fruits of their hard work. However, the new rich do not dream of enjoying the retirement as a culmination of their working years, but rather they target many retirements. By doing so, they get to re-examine and re-evaluate their lives every now and then, and get to do things which would really provide them the satisfaction and happiness they want. For some, they even relocate to other places, just so they can make the most of what life has to offer. But again, taking this step requires one to liberate themselves from the traditional mindset. Lesson 7. Know when to let go. Most people are afraid of losing their jobs and their source of income. However, not all jobs are worth saving. Some of us may refuse to leave a job, thinking that all the years we invested on it will be put to waste. But Tim Ferriss tells us that there are times when we really do not need to suck it up in a job which is not worth it. We need to let go of our fears, take that leap and discover other possibilities and opportunities waiting for us. In conclusion, the 4-Hour Workweek is a bold attempt to challenge our old perceptions about living a rich and comfortable life. It tells us that money itself does not make us rich, but rather the currency now is in terms of time and mobility. The more that we're able to do less but achieve more, and the more that we're able to consistently earn while at the same time still have control over our time and our life, then the better. Thank you for listening. If you like the book summary and you want to see more in this category, please like and subscribe so I can create more. You can also get a free copy of the entire audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.